Go.
Record now. Welcome back to the Upstate Music Mind Podcast with your hosts, Ryan Stearns and Johnny Keys. Jonathan, we said Jonathan Williman, I think, the very first episode, and
you did.
Now we just say Johnny Keys, and I mean, I think we just got to roll Johnny Keys, because
I'm good with that.
I think eventually we're going to bring up our names and stuff with stories, so, like, people are going to know Jonathan Williman, but Johnny Keys, I mean, if a fan meets you, let's say, when we have fans and stuff, if someone meets you out, and he's like, Johnny Keys, and he's not going to be like, Jonathan Williman! Yeah, probably not, right?
Honestly, it's cool because, like, I don't super love my name. Like, I think my last name's kind of weird. I don't know. I've always thought that. And it's always been something
dude.
I've been
if you
self-confident about.
See, that I don't like my name. Or I don't know. No, I mean, I don't not like my name. I like my name. I've embraced it, of course. But, like, I think you can relate to this. It's like someone always misspells it because it's Stearns with an A in the middle, like an ear, because I hear. But, like, Williman, I'm sure everybody puts Williams or, Willingham or some shit like that.
Right.
But
and I've got, like, Willowmon, like, I don't like
to the key mama, don't key mama. That Nelly song.
Yeah.
Digimon, Willymon. I think I used to do that to you. But I mean, no, dude, yours is like, it still sounds cool. It's like a family name, so not a lot of people have it. Like, so Williman. Yeah. It's like kind of it audibly sounds cool to me, and in mine it sounds more like Stearns. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not as. It's not as, like, it doesn't have the nice aesthetics.
Stearns house.
Stearns house.
Stearns.
Well, Johnny, we have yet again another double dose of great tunes and great guests for everybody out there. Did you want to kind of go over kind of some of the stuff that's been going on with us recently here, like, just briefly? I don't know. I don't think you have the numbers necessarily in front of you, but
I actually can get them. Yep, real quick. So
if you want to pull up the Buzzsprout there, because
let me refresh it.
While you pull up that Buzzsprout, I was gonna talk about our some of our numbers. Like, this is not gonna be really a brag session here. I just want to thank everybody who's tuning in, and some of the stuff is just kind of shocking and in a good way to us. I'm going to bring up the Dublin thing in just a second, but, like, we've had such a great outpouring, and people not just submitting us stuff, but, like, obviously people tuning in, and way more than we kind of would imagine out of the gate. Like, remember that second episode we updated people, we had 250 likes, and I mean, now it's like 3 times as many. I think we're approaching 7 right now, but the reach on Facebook is kind of insane, because I don't know exactly how they calculate that, but I mean, it's well over like 33,000. It's 35,000, over 35,000. So at least 35,000 people have heard of the Upstate Music Mind. Now, whether they listen to it for a second or at all or whatever is a different story. But the streaming numbers and all that, we're starting to get used to how to kind of categorize these things. And Johnny, do you have the Buzzsprout, at least the download numbers up there? There's some interesting things.
Yeah, so I do. The last episode 4, had 133 downloads, and that's crazy. That's the first time we got into triple digits.
That's
our first episode had 85, which is a really good start.
Right. I mean, we shattered basically our download record, and in result, I think people also went back and downloaded previous ones.
Right.
And so that brings me to that Dublin point here. It's kind of insane, man. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. So last week when we had Sun-Dried Vibes on as the guest, I guess that's 2 weeks ago now. Man, they're flying by.
2 weeks ago.
I assume Sun-Dried Vibes had some, like, Irish fan base or something. Maybe some people who were in Cali or just, I don't know, were into that specific brand of music, and that's why they tuned in. But when you look at the numbers now, man, it's like, it's crazy. They were second place last week in Dublin, I almost said Ohio, Dublin, Ireland specifically. But now they are by far the number 1 city in the world for our podcast, and for this episode specifically. The numbers are easier to pull up on my phone, but I got them right here.
Well, this is a cool stat. So Europe, and I'm guessing mostly Dublin, is 25% of our downloads.
Yeah.
Like, that's
total?
Pretty crazy. It's total. Yeah, total.
Cumulative.
There's 84 total downloads from Europe.
So
and obviously North America will be 74%, and we do have a small little download in Asia.
Well, so
it's kind of random too.
It's cool.
Is that your relatives?
You know, I haven't exposed them to this yet.
Did you call your grandma, dude, and tell her to come on in and listen to the podcast?
I would never. The translation of jokes, I don't think will apply and be very seamless with them. I think things will get weird really quickly. And oh, dude, that reminds me of a story. When I was like 16 years old, 17. I visited my dad and up in Ohio, and my grandparents, were there too. So I remember I got off the plane, and now I'm a 17-year-old kid, so like I have smoked weed a few times, and I think it's cool and funny and all that, right? So this is like a new thing, and I'm being a typical teenager. Anyway, basically the first thing my grandma says to me is, "Oh man, that long flight. You must have." Or excuse me, I had a Gamecock jersey. I think that's what it was. Sorry. And so that I should have told the story better. But anyway, I get off the plane and she was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you weren't stoned right away." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I was." And I was like, "Oh, like you mean like people threw stones at me because of the team wasn't the team of the area?"
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It took me like 10 seconds to realize what the hell. I was in shock. I was like, my grandma just said, "Oh, I'm surprised you weren't stoned when you got here." And I was like,
I would have been like,
"What?"
"Bet we can be."
And I was like, anyway. So, Dad, sorry for that story. I know you're going to tune into this. But that is pretty funny, that story there. Anyway, and I wasn't actually stoned. That was a joke. Anyway. So, let's go back to what I was going to say. I'm sorry. So, yeah, the numbers from the different countries are crazy. India, France, Ireland, Spain, just very random kind of outreach, which is awesome. And we have, Virginia and Texas and Colorado and Oregon, Ohio, and it's really cool, man. I mean, I didn't realize that the reach would get out to all those markets like that,
Yeah.
Charlotte is surprisingly our number 2 or 3 market. I think basically Greenville and Charlotte are right there. Of course, Greenville, you would think that'd be the number 1, but I mean it's Malden, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, so they all count score differently.
Right.
But guys, seriously, I'm gonna tell you the number 1 and number 2 cities this last episode. Okay, number 1 with 48% of the total downloads of this episode. So 63 is Dublin. Number 2 is Charlotte with 10% of the total downloads at 14. So they have almost 50 more downloads than the second place city. And we're trying to wrap our heads around this. And it's not something like a pay for play thing or some weird sketchy e-commerce thing going on. Some sort of fan base out there has tuned in and liked it.
Random phenomenon.
And told their friends. And I got to work on my Irish accent, Johnny. Or maybe I shouldn't. That could probably turn them off. I won't. Maybe they like my fake British accent because it's just so stupid and terrible. It reminds them of some blokes that they know.
Yeah. I'm just terrible at doing that kind of thing.
Can you give it a try?
I can't do impersonations or accents and stuff. I really struggle.
All right, Johnny, the next guest, the next spotlight artist is not just a spotlight artist and a friend of the show. I've known him probably longer than any of the guests that we've had on the show thus far. And by probably, I mean definitely, because we knew each other when we had braces and pimples. That's right. I'm talking middle school, dude. I'm talking 11, 12, 13 years old, the formative years, the most embarrassing and trying of times. Dang. Very rarely were people cool in middle school, I would like to assume. Did you have a great experience in middle school, Johnny?
No, I did not. I was just thinking about that. I don't think I'm actually friends with anybody that I was friends with in middle school.
Well, I mean, and that's what they say too. They say your friends change and kind of as you go through life until you kind of reach the adult stage where you are who you are, I guess. But me and you met each other kind of at the perfect time, I guess, at the age of 18. I mean, that's kind of right there on the brink. And
unfortunately for me, I peaked early. I was I did my pimping in 6th grade. That was my
so
pimp
it did
year.
go well for you.
At 6th grade it did.
Well, that's the start of middle school.
Well, for us it was 5th grade was when we started middle school. But yeah, I mean, pretty close to the start.
Did you go to school in the 1950s? I know some schools are like that. That's weird for me, though.
I don't think it's like that now there. I think they did change it, but when we were there, 5th grade was middle school. But anyway, yeah, so I kind of peaked early. And then, like, you know, what sucks is, for me, my social suicide was being in band. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that is a very, very paralleled, I almost said stereotype, but I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but like, unfortunately, yeah, you kind of are lumped into like, a band dork, band nerd, and you don't have a chance to get out of that if you want to pursue band.
And then that fucking movie came out where, you know, one time at band camp, like, oh my God, like, funny movie, love the movie, but it really fucking hurt us.
Right, like the flute section couldn't stay out of the bathroom. Those girls were busy as shit.
But you know what's funny? It was always the color guard that was like the ones that really got made fun of the most.
Oh goodness, flags. What you guys are going to hear is probably half the interview, because there's just too many stories, but there's a couple really good ones in there that are nice and embarrassing for both of us and everything. So yeah, we were not cool at that stage in our lives, for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and roll the Islander interview out here with Mikey Carvajal. Mikey, what's up, brother? It's Ryan.
Yo, how's it going, bro?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, dude. Long time no talk.
Dude, I mean, like, it's probably been 15, 20 years, dude. Does that make us assholes, or,
It makes us
I think
old and busy.
Honestly, just being in our mid-30s, you know, that just makes us assholes, because we're reaching that new demographic at 35 this year, and, you know.
Dude, it's so weird to me, because it doesn't even feel that long ago.
I know. Well, I mean, you know, I just wish you listen. It's like if you had listened to, you know, your elders when you were younger, like, you would have prepped yourself, and but, you know, that's just kind of what we all do. I think it's a rite of passage to be stubborn and learn the hard way.
It is. This is a real thing.
Well, hey man, look, I think it's awesome that, I mean, even in just kind of the class or the kind of years around when we graduated, there's been so many good musicians to come out of not just Greenville, but like Wade Hampton, man. So it's been really cool to see. But before we get into anything, man, I guess just kind of introduce yourself, and then, you know, just tell them what you do in the band and y'all style and all that, however you'd like to describe it.
Yeah, well, so I'm Mikey, sing in the band Islander. I've known Ryan for years and years now, and we haven't connected until right now. For years and years, he just said 15 or 20, and man, that makes me feel super old. But yeah, we're a rock and roll band that started in Greenville, South Carolina. That's where we honed our skills, and that's our roots and where we're from and where we represent. And we've toured all over the place with bands like Korn and Papa Roach and POD, and done the big festivals. And
I cannot wait to get into the POD stuff with you, but yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. And just, you know, we've done all that stuff, and we also, you know, we're still, it's weird, like, people say, like, oh man, you guys did it, like, I'm like, well, like, it just depends on what you define making it as, because, like, for me, if I go back and I think about who I was in high school or whatever, if you had told me half the things I've done, I would have been like, wow, like, yeah, there's nothing else to do. But I think now I'm kind of at the point where it's like all my dreams came true with it. Now I just need to make sure I can keep making money doing it.
Right.
So to be able to keep doing it, you know, I have a wife and some little doggies and stuff to support. And so, yeah, it's rad, though, man. I'm thankful to be doing it still. And it's weird because I still consider us a new band, but I realize that we'll officially have been, or at least me, I'll officially have been an Islander for 10 years coming up this October. So that's weird.
Yeah, man. The time does start to fly, man, for sure. But now, so in your band, is your brother in the band? Is that right? Or
yeah, he's our keyboard player and backup vocals or second vocals, whatever you want to call him. And he officially got in the band, I think, in 2017. But it's weird because for me, he was always in the band. He just wasn't like in pictures and stuff. He was always in the studio hanging out. Eventually, it just kind of came to a point where I was like, dude, like, this is ridiculous. Like, he's in the band. Like, let's just put him in the band. Like, yeah. Everybody knows who he is.
Could you say he was almost on an island? Sorry, bro.
He was the Islander. No, he did our merch for years and drove for us and stuff. And And he was just always such a huge, integral part of the creative process that it just didn't make sense for him not to be in the band. So,
man, you know what? So some of my old stomping grounds when I was working downtown, at least after hours would be the old radio room, and I'm sure you've been in there.
yeah.
I mean, the new one, of course, too, but like back in the old one, man, I mean, that was, I have a lot of stories from there, but I do remember running into your brother one night, and I mean, I think we were like 30 minutes into a chat about music, and then we introduced ourselves finally, and then I realized when he said his last name, I was like, wait, hold on a second, and then I was like, oh my goodness, oh, you're Mikey's bro, okay. So anyway, no, that's cool, like, because I've at least had a conversation or two back then in a smoky room.
Yeah, dude, that's all. Yeah, I have a lot of memories of that place. We played there so many times.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's the thing, man. It was a small place, but there was always like a lot of legit people that went through there, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you guys have anything coming up here soon, or?
Not locally, but we have some festival dates booked. Let's see, one of them's called Rebel Rock, and the other one's Blue Ridge Rock Festival or whatever.
Okay, I think I saw 2 of those promos on Facebook recently, actually, for both those things.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be doing those in the fall. That's what's on schedule right now. But we're like in no way, shape, or form do we have any plans of dropping off of them. But it's the kind of thing where because of everything that happened with the pandemic, we've almost had 2 years off at that point by the time we're playing shows again, which is super weird for us because we were touring so heavily for like 6 years straight that. Yeah, we're going to try our best to make those happen. And if for some crazy reason those didn't happen, everybody can expect to see us shortly after that. We just haven't rehearsed, played almost 2 years. It's like riding a bike for us, though. We'll be able to just jump right back in. We have been, like, writing and recording during that time, though, so that's cool. So we
mentioned that on last podcast. I think that's something, you know, something at least positive come out of it. I think some people got to hone in on their craft a little more for certain songs.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that kind of helped us make it through right now has been Twitch. I know that it's, you know, a lot of people go on there to stream video games, and we've been doing that too, but it's been really good for bands like us that really love connecting with our fans and stuff, and to be able to still have some kind of outlet where they can, you know, kick it with us and see that we're still living.
Yeah.
Besides just, you know, we can do Instagram lives or whatever, but I think, you know, them seeing us either play a little song on Twitch, just like real quick, like acoustic stuff, or if we play video games and hang out with fans, I mean, kind of lets us all stay sane from not being able to be with our fans.
So yeah, well, I wanna get into some of these some of the tour stories maybe briefly if we can, but before let's go ahead and take this all the way back. This is gonna be fucking hilarious. Okay, this is a memory I have. Okay, and like. It is going to embarrass both of us, so I just am going to go ahead and warn you. So one time you came over to my house, I mean, we must have been 14. I mean, I don't think either of us were driving at the point, so your mom, I guess, dropped you off or something.
Like I know where this is going.
So, dude, like, all right, so we hung out.
Right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, dude. So I don't remember all the details, but I just know I pulled a bunch of random shit out of the fridge that was not alcoholic, but juices and Sprite and whatever. What did you say?
It was, dude, I remember exactly what it was because I've always found this hilarious.
Oh my God.
I've thought about it since. I remember none of it. Just so everybody knows, there wasn't a drop of alcohol.
There was none.
Being the middle schoolers that we were, we heard about our friends or whoever experimenting with that kind of stuff, and I guess you know, you don't want to make it through middle school and think like, oh man, like I must not have experienced the things that they did or whatever. But anyways, I remember you poured literally orange juice and Sprite and maybe some cranberry juice or something in the glass. And we acted like, man, I think I feel something.
Oh my gosh, dude. I know. Dude, that is so funny. I'm so glad you remember that. That's something I've thought about just randomly throughout the years. And I've been like, man, I got to talk to him about that because that is hilarious. Because, I mean, I remember gauging your reaction and then being like, well, I thought this wouldn't work, but I think it's hitting him. And so maybe, actually, yeah, I do feel it. And we just convinced each other that we were drunk.
Yep. we hadn't drank any alcohol. We were just stupid kids, man.
Hey, you know what, though? Like the placebo effect or what have you, like it was actually much more deeper, you know.
Yeah, dude, maybe.
It might have opened our minds, bro. Man, that could have been the catalyst. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's the age I started playing guitar.
Oh my gosh, I think that's what did it. No.
All right, guys. So what? Hold on.
I do remember that, and I remember, that was the time of like AOL Instant Messenger, and we all had a girl we liked or whatever. But I remember that you found out that whenever I spoke to girls online or something, I would say like, "Yo, what's up?" And you were like, "Don't say yo, what's up" to a girl. You always gotta say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Oh my god.
I was like, I remember I always took that from there on, and I was like, well, apparently I can't say yo, what's up. I don't know, it makes sense.
Dude, that is funny.
I mean, I'm married now, so it worked, I guess.
Well, hey, I didn't know I would be able to take credit for the marriage too. I mean, just tell her she's welcome. I groomed you from an early age.
Oh my god.
So hold on. So we need to let listeners know, like, it's 2 parts OJ, 1 part Sprite, splash of crayon, and another splash of lime juice. I think that is the concoction that will set your musical career off and get you married.
No alcohol, just drink Sprite and orange juice.
You do.
I remember that. I remember eating I think it was Go-Gurt for the first time.
Oh man, that must have been a brand new product too. Wow.
Yeah. Dude, I have a really good memory, bro. I'm one of those people, like, I know a lot of people are like, bro, I don't remember anything. I'm like, I think I remember everything. But, okay, tell me, I don't know if you remember this. This is going to be like the weirdest interview because, like, again, y'all, everybody listening, me and Ryan go way back. We haven't connected here. We know each other.
Yeah.
So, you're the first person that ever told me about burning CDs because I'll never forget. I let you borrow a Supertone CD in like 6th grade or something. I don't even know if you remember what that is, but there was this band called Supertone. I let you borrow the record, and I think you said that you burn it. And I remember I thought that meant you like took it home and set it on fire. And I remember I was just like, you didn't burn it or something. And that day, somebody else, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, dude, burning a CD is like when you take the CD and you burn your own copy, and it's like, it just means you copy a copy. And I'm just like, you like burn, like literally took a CD of mine and set it on fire.
Wow. You were like, this dude makes alcohol out of juice, so he clearly can make music with fire. Like,
Ryan is a wizard.
Dude, that is so funny. Okay, last story here. And we'll make sure we leave. I mean, I think they're all good enough. We're gonna leave them. But this was. I felt so fucking bad for you. You might kind of have an indication of the story here, but it was a talent show during East Side Week, and
oh no, that's not where I was going.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, let me get this one out real quick. But so I mean, I went up there. It was just an instrumental song, but then you went up there, and I want to say your brother as well. And you had like a backing band or a track or something, but your mics went out immediately. You just couldn't hear you guys at all, and the music was going, but you were trying to overcome it and like singing louder and stuff, and the mic was just going in and out, and oh my gosh, I just felt so bad for you because, I mean, high school, it's a bunch of fucking judgy assholes in there, and it's like, that was so unfair, and oh man, so anyway.
If that was East Side Week, that was the first time I ever performed. I don't remember if the mics went out or what, but they obviously did. But I do remember us being awful and me thinking that we had just taken over the world. Like, in my brain, I was like, this is amazing. I cannot believe that my band just played, like, never performed before or anything. And my brother, he wasn't even in our band. I remember he went up there with me because I was so nervous. It was just kind of funny now because we're in a band together and we played like big shows.
And that was your first one, right? You said?
Yeah, that was my first performance.
And you don't remember mic issues?
I don't. I mean, in my head, I guess it was just everything was amazing.
You probably had so much.
If it did go out, bro, it's probably a good thing.
So
the thing I thought you were gonna bring up that you felt bad for me about was when I bleached my hair in 6th grade and walked into the amphitheater, and the whole amphitheater busted into laughter.
Oh,
That's the thing I always remember from middle school. I'm always like, I was the kid that walked in with bleached hair. This is before I even knew about him and everything. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just like one of my favorite punk bands did it in XPX, and I was like, I want to look like Mike Carrera or whatever, and he did it. So I bleached my hair, came to school, and let's just say I stayed home from school the next day.
Yeah, man, that is brutal, dude. All right, well, that was a lot of nice stories from the past here. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the point here of the show and get into some good juicy music here. Mikey, you have 2 tracks that we're going to talk about. Are they recent releases, or are these just kind of some of your heavy hitters or fan favorites?
Yeah, the recent releases, they're going to be on a record. I don't know when it's coming out exactly, which I hate saying that because our fans are at the point where they've been waiting since 2016 for a new record from us. But long story short, I'm going to give the shortest version possible. Like one of the biggest labels in the world as far as rock and roll, they're called Better Noise now, but they were called 11-7 at the time. They have like Motley Crue and Five Finger Death Punch, Papa Roach, Blondie, all these people. So they came along and said, hey, we heard your record, and we want to buy it off of that label, and then we want to put it out. So then they bought that. They basically purchased our band off of that label. And instead of just dropping the record, they said, hey, like, you guys should jump in the studio and write some more singles and, like, some more radio, not trying to change us or whatever. They just wanted some more singles because they were like, look, there's some singles on here, but if we can get, like, 3 or 4 more, like, we'll be golden. So...
Is that how you think record companies? Sorry, is that something you're noticing maybe as a trend, that they're pushing more bands to get some singles and more small like EPs rather than full albums because of the kind of the immediate success kind of them?
Yeah, I think because like for us as a band, we're not even so much worried about the record. We just kind of keep thinking about, you know, like let's just drop another single and like give the fans enough singles to where at the end of the year, yeah, sure, it represents an album, but I just feel like the record game is kind of different now. Like cars don't even come with CD players anymore, and I don't know if kids really listen to music the same way that maybe we did growing up. So whereas I love to sit down with a booklet and read the lyrics and the thanks and all that, it's just a different culture now, and it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just different, and I just, I mean, maybe I miss some of the way things used to be, and I sound like an old head whenever I say that, but I don't know, I see, like, it being a better game just to play the single game lately and release singles and, you know, try to promote them on Spotify, because Spotify and streaming is really what matters now, and that's what we've been doing, so that there is a record coming, and there's still, like, actually, like, 2 songs that we're still finishing for that record, and so our fans have heard us say a million times, like, oh, yeah, the record's done. Well, there was a record done, but now it's like, well, we've been sitting on it so long, I think just as a band, even though the fans maybe haven't heard everything and it would be new to them, like, we still need to be excited about it. So we're recording some new stuff that is going to be on the record to kind of mix in. So it's weird because used to, if a record didn't sound the same sonically, I would be kind of weirded out, especially thinking about us putting out a record that didn't sound the same sonically. And now I'm just like, I don't really think it matters anymore. Like, let's just put a compilation of songs together on a record because people are going to listen to them as streaming singles anyway. So I don't know. I just don't really think it's the same game it used to be.
Which, yeah, and like you said, I mean, it's not necessarily good or bad. There's pros and cons to both. But, like, I mean, I do like the idea of, like, a concept album or, like, you know, something, themes and songs transitioning and making sense and telling a broad story throughout, kind of. So, I mean, but that kind of thing can still be done, of course. I guess you just kind of have the passion to like that kind of thing, and, you know, the audience will do it.
We did that for our records called Power Under Control. The whole thing from start to finish, we actually wrote each song in order, and
oh, wow.
The whole album tells a story, and even the artwork. We were super into, like, the idea of, like, Stanley Kubrick movies having, like, hidden meanings and stuff. So we were like, let's just put all this different stuff in an album that maybe people will never find, but it'll always be there. And maybe years after we're, I don't even know, maybe dead and gone, people would look back at this album and be like, dude, I think this might be what it was really about.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It was fun for me as an artist, but I've seen kind of how, like, the generation is now, maybe they don't really want to dig like that, because I remember when we would have certain songs come out, I was like, well, it goes with this and it goes with this story, and people are just like, dude, I don't care. There's still an audience for that, but I just think that it just depends on who you're trying to reach, and for us, you know, we're still, like, are in that market of, you know, playing for, it's funny, I don't want to call them younger people because it makes me sound super old, but yeah, I mean, we're still in that rock and roll world, like, where we're trying to, you know, play for younger people. I still stage dive and all that stuff, so.
How many more years of stage dive you think you got left? 20?
Dude, I hope.
I hope at least, right?
I'm sure everybody hopes a lot.
Hey, you know, I think a new tactic is you make our secret concoction before you go on stage, and then like I mean it's gonna be the show of your fucking life.
Can't help it. So like I don't know how many more years, but I could definitely say that I hope it's a lot.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say what do you got to lose, but that is at least one of the names of one of the songs here. So we're gonna go ahead and play that track for you. It's entitled "What Do You Got to Lose." Mikey, do you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, this song is a song of hope. It's a plea for anybody that's thinking about suicide to stick with us and still keep waking up and opening your eyes every day, because even if you don't feel like it right now, just know you're loved, and there's a beautiful God that loves you, in my opinion. And yeah, that's what this song's about.
Awesome.
Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. Broken down, all alone, sleepless nights and no love on my phone. All of a sudden it's all coming back. I got the feeling I'm under attack. Can't find my way, help me get back. Tell me, where do I belong? Peel away your pride. I can see the pain that is in your eyes. Now peel away your pride. Show me everything that you hold inside. Take back the years that you've wasted. Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. Dark cloud above my head. Try to move, but I can't feel my legs. Is it the end? Is it goodbye? See the world spin without me inside. I cannot feel, I cannot cry. Tell me, where do I belong? Peel away your pride. I can see the pain that is in your eyes. Now peel away your pride. Show me everything that you hold inside. Take back the years that you've wasted. Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. Take back the years that you've wasted. Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. You can't escape the truth. All of a sudden it's all coming back. I got the feeling I'm under attack. Can't find my way, help me get back. Is it the end? Is it goodbye? See the world spin without me inside. I cannot feel, I cannot cry. Tell me where I belong. Tell me where I belong. Take back the years that you've wasted. Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. Take back the years that you've wasted. Don't fear tomorrow, just face it. What do you gotta lose? What do you gotta lose? You can't escape the truth. You can't escape the truth.
All right, and so the next track we're going to play from Islander is called The Outsider. My old band had a track called Outsider. Very different. But anyway, Mikey, do you want to introduce this track?
Yeah, this is a fun one. This is the music video has to do with like this alien girl coming to Earth and realizing that everything's kind of crazy here, and she ends up leaving because she doesn't want to be part of all the stuff, all the garbage going on our planet. But yeah, the song's just about how a lot of times, even in the music industry, I felt kind of like an outsider. Because when I got into rock and roll, it was the kind of thing where maybe I didn't feel like I fit in everywhere at school or whatever. And there was a subculture of people that, you know, didn't just judge and whatever. And I don't know, I just feel like even within rock and roll, though, I've discovered that there's a lot of cliques and whatnot. And I just want people to know that, you know, no matter who you are, what you believe in, that Islander loves you. And yeah, you might be an outsider, but I don't think it's such a bad thing.
Nice, man. That's a damn good description. I don't even see. I started stumbling there because I wasn't expecting all that. So that's awesome.
Lately, I've been feeling these mixed emotions. Something tells me that I'm still broken. I got nothing to prove, just speaking the truth. I'm here to tell you I can't fake it. I can't change who I am. Always on the outside and now I'm looking in. I don't care, it's who I am. Always on the outsider, I am the outsider. Those are my code, what should I do? I don't know where we're going. Sick of my tune, feeling the weight of the moon. Gravity pulling, I see the sunlight is fading on all these dreams that I'm chasing. I'm so tired of waiting, so tired of waiting. I got nothing to prove, just speaking the truth. I'm here to tell you I can't fake it. I can't change who I am. Always been the outsider, now I'm looking in. I don't care, it's who I am. Always been the outsider, I am the outsider. I am the outsider. I am the outsider. I can't change who I am. I don't care, it's who I am. I can't change who I am. I went to the outsider, now I'm looking in. I don't care, it's who I am. I went to the outsider, I am the outsider. I can't change who I am. I went to the outsider, now I'm looking in. I don't care, it's who I am. I went to the outsider, I am the outsider. I am the outsider. I am the outsider.
Is there anything else you kind of wanted to talk about? I do want to.
There is.
Before you get to that, I'm sorry, I'm such a dick. So Mikey, man, back in the day, man, he used to always say how he knew POD or knew one of the members at least, and I mean, you know, obviously, judgmental shitheads in high school didn't believe a damn word. I knew you were telling the truth, but like again, I was half drunk off orange Sprite and shit, so you can't take me seriously. So anyway, why don't you tell everybody the real details there and all those, you know, all those generals from fucking 2000.
That's what I was gonna say. This is the thing I didn't want to miss, because just so you know, so Ryan remembers a time when, you know, we were in middle school and high school, and I was obsessed with the band POD, and they really changed my life. They people know, I mean, our fans know and stuff. I've talked to them about, you know, where we came from, what influenced us and whatnot. I know that just speaking for me, at that time in my life, they kind of spoke to whatever it was that my adolescent self needed. You know, adolescence is hard. I felt like there was a band that kind of represented whatever it was I was feeling at the time. And POD, I think a lot of people knew me as like that POD kid. You know, I had the T-shirts and like I would go to their shows, and anytime I would go to their shows, you know, it was always the kind of thing where they remembered my name and they remembered who I was, and we kicked it or we went out to eat or whatever. And over the years, we always stayed in contact. Well, I think one of the coolest things and one of the coolest stories is, you know, I don't ever want to be the person that's like, oh, I'm a rock star, so like I can't, you know, talk about the way things used to be or whatever. I don't ever want to be a rock star. I want to be the middle school kid in my mind that is so stoked that they get to play with their favorite band or whatever. But yeah, we've toured with POD like 3 or 4 times now. I want to say 4, maybe it might have been 5, dude. I don't even know, but like those are some of our best friends in the industry, and we've done songs with Sonny, the singer of POD. It's just crazy. If you knew me at the time, like that Ryan is talking about here, you would know how trippy it is to see somebody's dreams kind of come to fruition. And
oh yeah, man.
I've gotten to know and become friends with the people that I looked up to, and thankfully, you know, none of those people, you know, made me feel like they were super lame once I actually met them and kind of got to know them like on a real basis. Like I've become friends with the wrestler Sting, and he's in one of our music videos actually for a song called Crazy Crazy World. But
oh really?
He's always like a super big hero to me, and we're good friends now, and I just see him as, you know, my friend Steve. And I mean, yeah, it's Sting, but his real name's Steve. And then POD, it's just, those are my brothers. And I don't know, I always joke around with them, and I'm like, dude, like it's funny because I know that they're the same guys that I was a fan of when I was growing up, but it's hard for me to connect that little boy that was obsessed with this music became friends with you know, all these people.
Right. Well, I mean, you humanize them, or you know, they're actual real people and personalities, and you've had, you know, memories and conversations and experiences with these people. So like, it's not like just a idealistic figure. You know, he's now a human being in your life. So that's, I mean, I'll tell you, man, I've seen the success you guys have had, and excuse me, and all the big things you guys have done and accomplished. And when I first heard you guys were playing with them, I was like, he fucking did it, man. And I was just like, I'm so happy for him. And like,
I appreciate it.
you know, that it's really amazing story, man. I mean, honestly, y'all should do some sort of little documentary or something, or, you know.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. This is the first place I'm ever going to say this too, but we're actually doing a documentary right now with Kind Punk Films. They're the ones that have shot most of our music videos, but the owner just hit me up the other day, and he said, hey, he said he would like to put a documentary together of us because our story goes a little crazier than I think people know. And yeah, I think we're going to do a documentary and either have it released this fall or early next year. So
well,
everybody can be looking for that.
That's awesome. It's like I almost planned that shit.
Yeah, it is. Like you plan to promote it.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, that's exciting. If you feel like,
hey, real quick, I just want to say I didn't forget how much you love Goo Goo Dolls either.
So hey, yes, sir. That's what I was going to say. It's like you basically did what I wanted to do with Johnny. Johnny Resnick, man. If you ever hear this, bro, you have no idea how much I look up to you.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was a contest from like Much Music USA? I think it was a channel briefly.
Yeah.
And then I got like 3rd place. I had a phone interview and everything. Like I got so close, and it was called Class Dismissed. They were gonna come to Wade Hampton and give us a private concert, and I almost won that shit. That would have been the way I met the motherfucker.
That would have been insane. Oh my gosh.
Well.
Dude, if somehow.
Those guys are still playing. That's so crazy. Sorry.
If I ever come in contact with them in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to do everything I can to at least get that dude on FaceTime with you.
Oh my gosh, that would...
Dude, I've tried to do that. Like, there's been times where we've shared green rooms right next to, like, Weezer and bands like that. And I remember anytime I'm like, I'll think of, like, certain friends of mine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to, like, get this person, like an autograph or, like, a call or something. It's like, so I'm always like that excited little kid running to people's green rooms like, dude, my friend loves you. Do you mind?
Dude, that's awesome, man. Oh, hey, you know, speaking of childhood, before I let you go here, so at the bar, I work at Local Q now. I bartend out there. That's the best bar I've ever worked at by far. I'm not just saying that. But I was talking about music with some guy who was like a businessman from out of town, and it was like a busy night, so it was just a completely random conversation, but it was the most in-depth conversation about like my music I've had aside from the podcast and stuff, like in months, and it's just so weird because he said he was important in entertainment, and he didn't tell me his real name, but at the end, we exchanged information, and when I looked him up, his name was Austin St. John. Does that ring a bell?
Bro, the Red Ranger.
Yes, man. Yes.
You served the Red Ranger?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I had no idea the entire night because, like, he was just like, he doesn't look the same. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it's obvious now when I see his face. You can definitely tell. But it was so weird. He put his earbuds. The first podcast is entitled "Our Ears Made Out," and that's because it's a line of what I say in the first show because I'm telling the story, and like the dude put his earbuds right off of his head onto mine and was like, "Listen to this. Tell me if you recognize it." And it was the song, the opera song at the end of Step Brothers, and he basically said he helped discover him or helped link that to the movie or something, and that was the only like reference he gave me into his entertainment world. So I had the Red Ranger. That was the last thing I saw coming. So. But anyway, man, it was just fucking hilarious that, like, you never know who you're gonna talk to.
I love Austin St. John, bro.
I mean, he was the original OG, like the leader of the original.
He was all of our favorites.
Yeah, man.
Him and Tommy, bro. Those are the two.
Oh yeah, I know. So guys, you might be talking to a guy at a bar, and he might be the Green or White Ranger Tommy. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. We all grew up and look different, so.
Yep. Oh man. Well, hey, dude, I had a great time catching up with you.
It's awesome to be able to do this, man. I knew I missed you, but it's always hard to go and reconnect with people that you haven't spoken to in years.
Well, and you know, it's like sometimes you almost need something as an excuse to reach out to somebody. It's like, it's not that I wouldn't enjoy talking to you, of course, but like I compare it to like the fantasy football league I'm in with my buddies from high school, like some of the guys from high school and college. It's like some of them live in California or Texas or something, and like that's a way that we kind of stay in constant communication. Like, hey man, I'm gonna kick your ass this week in fantasy. Anyway, I know that's kind of a weird comparison, but like I'm just so happy to be able to do this, and I mean we should keep in touch, man, at least more often than 15, 20 years. Like that's ridiculous. We have all those amazing memories from our adolescence. I mean, that's a...
Bro. Dude, next time we get together, man, orange juice and Sprite, man.
Oh, yeah. Might even throw in a little vodka in that thing. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, man. Well, again, man, I had a great time. You guys check out Islanders singles that we were promoting here tonight for you. You said on Spotify is your primary distribution, right?
Yeah, Spotify. It's all on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you find music on streaming, it's there.
And you guys have like 270-something thousand followers on there. How many do you have now?
Dude, I have no idea.
I looked it up, man. It was a bunch.
Yeah, we're hoping it keeps going up. So we're gonna keep doing our best. But at the end of the day, we just do it because we love it. So.
And that's why you're successful. So, all right, buddy. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Had a great time, and I'll talk to you soon, man. We definitely will keep in touch.
Dude, thanks for having me on the show, bro. I'm honored and love you, dude.
Love you too, man. Have a good one.
All right, peace.
All right, man. That was a excellent call. I just said sexcellent. I was gonna go super and then excellent, and I think sexcellent that's a damn good word. We're gonna have to reuse that again. Anyway, great interview there with Mikey Carvajal of Islander. Those guys have a great sound, and
yep, sexcellent indeed.
I can't believe I said that. That's a great word, though, dude.
Dude, you should copyright.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent.
Once we get shirts and stuff, Johnny and I were actually brainstorming ideas because in the future, hopefully near future, we're gonna have a little bit of merch and stuff available. But that would be cool. I mean, I don't know if people would wear that around as much. But.
Oh yeah, we could have. I was gonna actually say when we were talking earlier, we should like kind of start branding ourselves as UMMPod. I think that's a cool thing. So.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody knows by now. I would think that Upstate Music Mine is UMM, and our Facebook is UMMPod, or Venmo is UMMPod, which is something that we're gonna kind of throw out there occasionally to you guys. Like, the UMMPod is basically, I think, something that's easy, catchy, and we're gonna kind of use that as our label.
Yeah,
and
we'll start making some T-shirts, maybe some stickers or something.
Yep. And website is. I guess this is the good time to announce this. We're officially launching the website as of the release of this podcast, and that is UMMPod.com. That's UMMPod.com.
Excellent.
It is thank you, Johnny. It is a sexcellent name, and Jonathan had the right idea because we were debating between names, and I think that's just, even if you forget, the beauty of the name is if you forget, you remember.
Pod? What?
You know, it's a
what-
podcast.
what-
Yeah. You just go, oh, yeah. So, the next guest, which is a good segue, I believe, is Wes Gilliam of Radio Room. And Radio Room's another great venue in the area. They've been booking really good acts and stuff. And, I'm not going to do it, or I'm not going to steal the thunder from Wes, I guess. So we'll let him kind of relay all that stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, we should also mention the comedy night on Wednesdays over there. They're doing the open mic comedy. And, you know, me and Johnny normally are busy on Wednesdays, but sometime we should try to make it out there, man.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to. I haven't been to a comedy show in a long time, so it'd be definitely a different thing to do.
You're on a comedy show every time you talk to me, brother. It's not good comedy. But,
it makes me laugh, so.
You get a couple forced laughs there.
Yeah.
But you return fire appropriately. Speaking of return fire, just heard my
Yeah, the kids are going at
kids
it.
shouting again. Boy, doesn't look like ice cream's coming. All right, well, let's dial on the radio here. Radio Room.
What's up, man?
Hey, Wes. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
This is Ryan Stearns from Upstate Music Mine. Jonathan can't join us today, but we're going to go ahead and get you guys in. I was telling everybody we wanted to kind of get you guys in at the same time as Islander, because those guys brought you up on their interview, and a lot of great memories playing at the old Radio Room and kind of getting their start through you guys. So
I don't know those guys. They keep on saying they know me, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, those are.
man, you're gonna really enjoy that interview because me and him go back.
You and Mikey?
Yeah, we knew each other in middle school. So the horror stories of middle school are always interesting and hilarious and embarrassing. But like, you know, we have a couple together. And anyway, I won't spoil it. But yeah, you're gonna have to check that one out.
So when does this air?
So every Monday, and this episode is gonna be the 31st.
So the weekend show dates. So like what Thursday, Friday, Saturdays are. Well, the reason why I bring it up is I talked to Mikey today, actually myself.
Oh wow, okay.
I think I told everybody by this time, but he's moving back.
Awesome.
His wife just got a job offer today, like an hour before I called him, and we're gonna get a job back at the same school in Spartanburg for the deaf and blind. So they're moving back this summer.
Oh, okay, awesome. I mean, he didn't bring that up, so
He just found out today, so yeah.
Oh wow, okay, all right, that's great, man. Well then, yeah, because I mean, I had such a great time. I texted him afterwards, and I was like, man, that was the best interview I think I've ever done, man. And it was just such a good time catching up with him, and I'll at least probably be able to run into him a little bit more frequently here. And
can't really say anything until things, but they'll probably be back in September. I'll just leave it at that.
oh well, that is awesome, man. Well, good thing, man. I mean, I think everything happens for a reason. It's kind of funny, all the timing of some of these things. Speaking of timing, since we have the dates now here, I think this is correct. Like we said, the 24th episode had Jacob Johnson, and you know, that guy's a crazy talent. But yeah, you guys are going to be synced up, and I'm glad that it's working out that way. I'm glad we try to plan it out, and then nature took its course here and finished the job. So
that's funny, yeah, because I feel like me and Mikey have just kind of came up about the same time, and we had to kind of watch each other grow, which has been really cool. Really
okay.
rewarding.
So you guys go back a little bit too.
We probably go back at least 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
I actually lived with his brother for a while.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
Yep, and then that's one of the stories we kind of bring up too, man, because I met him at the old Radio Room, and that's yeah, like
full circle, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small world. It was a small town, but not as much anymore, which is exciting. So.
Yeah, glad I bought my house when I did.
What was that?
Glad I bought my house when I did.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Greenville for, I guess, about 25 years now, and it's worlds different, and I'm just glad that, like, the music scene, we're starting to see a kind of a surge here, and so that's kind of why we're doing this podcast too, man. Help add to that.
That's rad. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it right now. I'm feeling like really optimistic about everything.
That's the vibe that I get from generally most everybody in the business, and it's exciting, man. Like, let's keep that positive energy going, you know. So now, did you want to talk about any about the UMAs there, the Upstate Music Awards? Because I didn't have the pleasure of going, but I've seen a lot of posts from a lot of people about it.
Yeah, our socials kind of lit up. It's kind of crazy to watch. Yeah, we just finished the second annual Upstate Music Awards. First one was March 8th last year, the week before the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
We were going to do it March again this year, but still pandemic, so we pushed it back to May. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, we do it at Zen downtown these past 2 years. You know, we do all kinds of stuff from, best album, best EP, best studio producer, try to really cover all the facets of it. And, like, it's not really geared towards, like, best music venue or anything like that. It's more about, like, celebration of the individuals themselves.
That's good.
But it's not like best venue or best studio or that kind of thing. It's like, who's the best live music photographer, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome.
So, yeah, it's cool, man. It's just a big party. I think I had fun. It's kind of a blur.
Well, hey, man. If you think you had fun, your friends tell you had fun, then you probably did.
Yeah, I definitely went a little ham at the bar afterwards, so yeah.
Did you take any Jaeger shots with Mikey Frazier there?
No, I did not. I'm not much of a shot guy as I get older.
He's a convincing guy, man. He'll talk to you into a lot of stuff there.
I don't think I had time, man. I was just like, we were kind of busy putting out fires everywhere. You're kind of looking past people after a while, you know?
Oh, right, yeah. So, I didn't know if you wanted to touch on the direction of Radio Room has headed or where it's going and maybe some of the highlights that you've had over the recent years.
Oh, man, there's too many highlights to, we've done it for like 10 years, so there's too many highlights to really reel off without getting boring. But I will say that, I don't know, I kind of felt like, Humble Beginnings is definitely very apropos. You know, our old building, for anybody that doesn't know, is 2,200 square foot total. You only saw like 1,700 square foot of it, with 8-foot ceilings, no windows, shitty carpet. It was, the quote I always use is a woman, Christina from Hudson K. She called it a rock and roll bomb shelter.
I like that name too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's exactly what it looks like. Yes. So, I mean, I think for the first few months when we transitioned over, we didn't miss a day. Like, the old radio room was still open, and then just one day we opened up at the new place.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's still a continuation of all the same exact things. Same vibe, same kind of DIY mentality. But I will say, I think probably the first month or two, we may have gotten an artist that, like, was a little bit above us, and they're like, you just kind of see our DIY-ness still because we weren't quite where we needed to be, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I just remember seeing, like, I think we had Robert Ellis, and I could just tell from, like, his vibe, he was like, these guys are still figuring it out. It was like, yes, we are still figuring it out.
Right. Was he nice about it? I mean, was he?
Oh, he was super nice. Like,
yeah.
He was really chill. He is way different than, like, you would see him on stage, because on stage is, like, these gorgeous, heart-wrenching ballads and stuff. And, off stage, he's just like, fuck, shit, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's like our first attempt at, like, a seated show ever, which was something we had never really done. So maybe it's been me imagining things, but definitely was outside of our comfort zone.
How many seats did you have in there?
I don't remember, man. Like, I mean, it was just probably 3 weeks after we opened up, and whatever seats we had in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, like, luckily, we actually have done so many seated shows now that I have, like, 50 or 60 in the closet that I just pull out whenever. Came in real handy during the pandemic for all those potted shows.
Yeah. I pulled out a lot of crazy stuff out of the closet during the pandemic, man. Damn it, it always sounds wrong. Whatever. Whatever. People should be used to it now by the time. I mean, this is going to be this is the 5th episode here, so they should definitely be used to it by now. But yeah, so the week that we're promoting here for you guys, or that the episode's going to be on, at least this airs the 31st. So I mean, if you have kind of your calendar there through the 7th, or I mean, obviously expand it beyond that, because we're going to talk about all you guys' future shows anyway during our calendar segment. But is there anything coming up here in the next week or couple weeks that you're excited about, or you want to promote?
I don't want to do service to any particular shows.
Right.
I'll just say that like this summer in general is like local banger summer. I mean, it is just because all the national touring acts didn't really come back till September-ish.
Right.
But somehow I was able, really lucky, and hashtag blessed, to have some really cool local talent here, and like regional stuff with like connections to the area, where we just had Daddy's Beamer sell out on Thursday, which is crazy. And then they're like coming back and hopping on that Crybaby show on June 4th. Though all those guys have ties to Greenville also.
Nice.
And you have like the Max Good show this weekend with the Grateful that Polly's putting on, and then Shiloh Flowers this summer, another hip hop show with all kinds of local talent. Then you have Curfew and Beckett, who are just homies and great indie rock.
Nice.
So I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to do service to anybody. I definitely have to mention some names, but
Right.
I don't know. Our calendar is just, I'm really, really happy with it right now.
Well, yeah, and I probably need to find a better way to ask that question, because I think I asked something similar to Mike Frazier, and he was like, there's too many talented musicians in the area to pick one or two. So you guys have a full lineup all the time. Like I said, we promote all your shows, and then actually someone reached out to us because I bring up like comedy at least briefly every show, because I just like that art form, and I obviously am a goofy asshole normally on the show and in real life. So and you guys do Wednesday comedy, right? Up Mike?
Yeah, Open Mic Comedy, yeah. Starting to get taken away maybe like one day a month, just because of bigger shows coming through. I will just say that Adam Schulte does a really good job of putting it on. Like, it's really funny because he looks kind of intimidating. Because you know Adam at all?
No, but the name, I was going to say, that sounds really familiar.
He's like basically a hardcore kid that's also super Jewish and tattooed. So like when you see him, like I think it was the first comedy after the pandemic. I saw him. He's wearing like a hoodie with the hood open, like his mask on. He had like kind of gym shorts on or something with like his leg tattoos and some New Balance. And I was like, Adam, have you ever tried not looking like a hardcore kid?
But yeah, man, cool. I'm gonna have to come by there, check it out sometime, because like I said, someone reached out to us and said, hey, you need to promote that, because that's something that radio does, and that's cool. I've never actually gone on a stage and on a mic and done any sort of comedy, but I like to think I'm funny sometimes. So like I said, one night I'm gonna come up there. Hopefully you're up there too, and you can make me see me make a fool of myself on stage.
Yeah, I've ended up doing sound for it pretty much all in June and July. I think me and Parker probably tag team off a little bit on that. Shout out to Logan, because he's just the best.
Logan? Just the best. What's his last name?
Galloway.
Logan, just the best Galloway. Giving you some love.
My work wife, because like we just see each other so much every show. It's me and Logan pretty much. I don't know, we're
Brogan.
Shows outside of the bar, like doing a few shows in West Brewing this summer, because some of the bigger bands wanted outdoors for the pandemic reasons.
Oh yeah.
So like I ended up getting Logan to do sound for most of those as well. It's like,
well,
I guess where I go, you go.
Nice. Yeah, we so Sun-Dried Vibes was on the show a couple episodes ago there, and they did the Quest Brewing there, and Zach Fowler, the lead singer of that band, man, I knew him back in the day in college, like just random, like I said, man, when I called you earlier, like just it's been awesome to kind of talk to all these people I haven't talked to in years, and all these stories kind of coming back up, and I've been blessed to know a lot of really talented artists along the way, man. And then you just mentioned the outdoor stuff, Andrew Brown from Golden Grove. I almost said Garden Grove again, damn it. He talks a lot about that. But yeah, have you ever gone out and checked out that area before?
I still haven't. I know his partner a little bit, Mike. He comes out to some of the shows.
Oh, cool.
Saw him at 49 Winchester and another show. It's just, I'm at my bar all the time. I have a 3-year-old, so I'm kind of don't keep on too much.
I feel that, man. I got two boys.
I live in like Taylor's area, so
yeah, same here, man. You know what? I could probably we could walkie-talkie this shit next time.
I'm in Pebble Creek. Where you near?
Dude, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Pebble Place, but
yeah.
I got a condo. I guess I shouldn't say too much more, but yeah. But not too far from you there. Taylor's kind of in my stomping.
House, last March we moved in here. right during the pandemic hit, and it was like, should we even be happy? Because I don't know if my bar is going to be open or if I will have a job.
Well, hey, look, I know. I think we were all kind of in flux and kind of nervous here, but it's really cool to see that everything finally kind of looking like it's kind of supposed to, man, and feeling like the normal, like the old days. I mean, I bartend over at Local Q, and it's like, you know, the volume's picking back up, and it's starting to feel like a couple years ago again, you know, and that's cool. And then like the music scene, man, I can't wait to get back out and hear some good music and live bands. All right, well, is there anything else you kind of wanted to talk about with Radio Room here, or any sort of events?
Man, like, thanks for everybody for like sticking with us. It's been kind of a crazy year, so the support doesn't go unappreciated. I don't know, just I think we're just three dudes trying to do the best we can, and then it's kind of funny because there's never like on a music venue 101, on a music venue 102 or whatever.
Right.
You know, like it's just like, yeah, we're all kind of making up as we go along. And
well, and even if there were those books available, they would have to revise all of them after last year. Like, everybody's starting over, basically, so.
Well, it's such a weird business model, too, because, like, especially in South Carolina, because you have to, in order to serve alcohol in South Carolina, most places, you have to serve food.
Right.
So you have to have a bar, restaurants, and you also, if you want to do music, you have a music program. And all three of those things kind of need to complement each other, or at least live in the same world and kind of make sense. So it's kind of just a very atypical business model. So people are like, oh yeah, I want to do that. I could own a music venue, and then you see a lot of them kind of go by the wayside because it's just a little bit more complicated than it looks on the outside.
Right. I mean, you see all the fun and the drinks and food and tunes, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, like luckily, you know, my partners, I mean, are amazing. If anybody doesn't know, my partners are David Ragab and Jeff Canada. And one of the reasons why I'm able to do what I do as far as booking and promotions and social media and all that stuff is that, you know, David does most of the front of house stuff and Jeff does all the accounting and some of the kitchen stuff. So it kind of really frees me up to do well at my job. And like, there's definitely overlap on other things, but at the same time, I'm not usually going to Restaurant Depot to stock the kitchen most days.
Right, like you guys have your designated, you know, divided tasks, and it all works, and you guys kind of attack different parts of the business, and it's a good blend of skills and talent, right? I mean, I've had the pleasure of meeting David a few times, probably mostly in the old Smoky Radio Room days, but he would probably at least remember my weird half Korean face. There's a lot of kind of different avenues we're going through, but yeah, I appreciate you coming on short notice here, man.
No problem, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. And if you ever need someone just to drop in, talk about local music, I'm that guy because I love to talk about this stuff all the time. Oh
yeah, awesome. And we'll be in touch, buddy, and we appreciate that you coming on. And like we talked about a little bit earlier, maybe we'll get Rob Dixon to do a little cameo appearance and tell some inappropriate jokes sometime soon.
Don't feed the trolls, man.
That'll be the name. That'll be the title of that episode if he's on. It's gonna be "Don't Feed the Trolls," like for real.
The troll toll.
Yes, exactly. All right, thanks, Wes. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, bye.
Another solid interview there with one of the best venues in the area and has been around for quite a while. So that's a good interview to get in here earlier. And oops, sorry, that's my phone. I hope the quality of the audio was good for you guys, by the way, because that's a new phone I got. I'm excited. I finally got a new phone after 8 years. The old one was so bad. All right, I'm not going to talk to myself right now. I'll wait for Johnny to talk about the phone if you gave a shit. All right, we'll wrap this up and be back. All right, it is the schedule time, Johnny. Do you want to start us off with Mondays, or do you want me to start?
I don't care. Mondays are easy. It's open mic everywhere.
It is. You're right. So.
All right. Yeah. Monday night. Open mic at Growler House in Fountain Inn, starting at 7:30. Open mic at Carolina what?
Barn House
Ales from 6 to 9. Also open mic at Smiley's at 7. But we do have Big Eyed Rabbit is at Fireforge Crafted Beer from 3 to 5.
Big Eyed Rabbit. See, I'm trying to do it with another place. Oh well, that's a name. That's not a thing. But still.
Yeah, that's a band name.
Right, I just, the magic of Barn House. Can't be repeated, I don't think. You know, we need to get those guys on because I feel like they're thinking we're making fun of them. We just like saying your name in a silly way. Like,
It is fun.
I mean, we're gonna get them on and they're gonna be like, it's actually Carolina Bauer in the house. Or like, you know, some other shit. Anyway.
Like, nah, you've been renamed.
Like, sorry, you're rebranded, son. All right. Was that Monday? Okay.
That's Monday.
So, on to Tuesday. And I almost said the name in German, but I did forget. Ich vergessen. It's funny, I remember how to say I forget. But not the other stuff. All right. Open Jam
Irony.
at Freight Yard. The Jam Night and Open Jam. So, at least now it says two different things at the same time. It
Got to be the same
It
thing.
still has to be the same thing, I guess. But anyway, Open Jam Night, as usual, at the Freight Yard. And then Charles Hedgepath at Smiley's. There he is, Tuesday night at 7.
Yeah. Wednesday, we got Jamie Wright at the Peace Center Amphitheater from 6 to 9. There'll be live karaoke at Smiley's starting at 8. Anna Lee Band will be at Harley Davidson in Greenville from starting at 7. Karaoke at Sonny's Grill at 7. And then Spencer Rush at Camperdown Greenville at 5:30.
Spencer Rush at Camperdown. Is that the school?
I'm assuming. I don't know.
Wow. Okay, that's unusual. But
I've never
okay.
seen a show at Camperdown before.
Have you seen Spencer Rush play?
No,
He
actually.
used to play at the Wing and around the downtown Greenville like all the time, man. Back when I was working there before. So that's a name that I used to see, and I remember even looking at in the like papers. I think before, you know, you started looking up stuff on the internet. So I mean, he's been playing a long time.
Cool.
Anyway, Thursday we have live jazz at Topsoil Kitchen and Market, 6:30 to 8:30. This is interesting. Also Thursday, Fat Lip, spelled P-H-A-T, at Southern Side Brewing Co. Do you think they're a Sum 41 cover band, Johnny?
Ooh, that's a cool name.
If not,
for
do you
it.
want to start one?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all killer, no filler. We'll just go through that whole album, just one show.
it would be fun. Fat Lip.
Fat Lip, yep. Joe Jones at Smiley's. Go from a very interesting name to a very generic name. Sorry, Joe. His music's not generic, though. It's beautiful. Ex-Cons at Quest Brewing Company. So those guys better be dressed in, like, pinstripes, man.
Or orange jumpsuit suit.
Yeah. Or wait,
Yeah.
who's Orange Jumpsuit Apparatus? What song was that?
That's red jumpsuit.
Oh.
Apparatus, right? Yeah.
Randomonium.
Well, I'm a redneck, so.
Hey, you know, we have all those roots within. And speaking of randomness, Randomonium at Jack and Diane's, I think actually that was like the very first promo we did on the first show when we had Matt
I
Kashinko.
do remember that.
And
I
yeah,
remember that.
nice. It's all coming back. All right.
All coming back. All right, well, kicking off the weekend, Friday night, we got Alice Drive at Growler House, Fountain Inn, 7:30. Fine Line at Dugout Sports Lounge at 6. The Jake Bartley Band will be at Commerce Park
Oh
starting
my
at 7.
goodness! I almost thought that said Jake Bentley, bro. I was like, well, he gave up on football and turned to music very quick. And I gotta check it out. He'll probably be just as disappointing.
But yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
absolutely would be.
Jake Bartley.
Probably
sorry,
more
guys.
disappointing. Anyway, Sly Sparrow at On the Rail starting at 9. Little Leslie and the Bloodshots, Slice of Brooklyn Pizza Cafe at 5:30. Here's one of those names, dude. Here we go.
Ooh.
Rachel Van Slyke.
Oh, you nailed it, bro. That's got to be it.
Nice. Got to be it. At Smiley's, 6:30. Funkle is at Smiley's at 10.
Oh, that is just fantastic.
That is, dude. Funkle. Are they like a funk band, you think?
I don't know because it's spelled Funkle with a C. They could go either way with that. Like you would think with a K, but it's with a C to emphasize the uncle part, which makes it funny to me.
Right. Anyway.
Oh wait.
My
Go ahead. Sorry.
My Girl, My Whiskey and Me at Brewery 85 at 5:30.
That's a great name too.
Doug, yeah, it is too. It's a long one, but it's good.
That's what she said.
Doug McDonald at Sweet Sippin' at 7. Crybaby at the Radio Room at 8. Yacht Rock Revenue will be at Greenville Downtown Airport, which is a cool place to play music.
Is that
I guess. I mean,
Yacht? Hold on. Yacht Rock Review or
Review. Yeah. Yacht.
It's just
Rock
spelled weird. Review.
Review. Yeah.
It's REVUE. So. Okay.
Well, they're at the downtown airport at 7:30. I want to see, like, do they just have music there sometimes? Like,
I think
what's
they
the deal?
actually
That's cool.
roll down the windows and play as they take off. It's a
Hell
fucking
yeah.
crazy risky show, and like at least a instrument is lost every time. But anyway.
You need like Eddie Money, like I got 2 tickets to paradise, just like flying away.
Oh my gosh! Actually, yeah, that would be badass. And you know what's weird is it's Yacht Rock Review at Greenville Airport. Like pick a transportation method, guys. We're getting there by car. I don't know.
Or maybe a tour bus.
Featuring chopper tours to the Yacht Rock Review at Greenville. All right, anyway.
At Harley Davidson.
Yeah. And Steve White.
Anyway, all right, we got. Here's another name.
Here we go.
Here's another name. Robbie Haid.
Robbie Haid. Heidi.
Heidi. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Good. All right, I'll let you actually finish one sentence. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say he's gonna
You
be
were
at.
drinking. That was the opportunity.
I was trying to snip a drink of water in there. Anyway, he's at 1885 Tap Room starting at 6:30. I got one more, dude. Randomonium at Red Horse Inn, 3 to 5 p.m.
All right, and what I was going to say about there with the Robbie Haiti thing, we can probably get confirmation on how to pronounce his name because 1885 Tap Room, that's the new venue or the new restaurant bar venue in Simpsonville, downtown Simpsonville, 1885. One of my buddies just opened that, Jamie. I actually worked with him for him at a previous bar in the area, and dude, I'm excited, man, because he's a good dude and he's a good businessman, and he's been in this industry for a long time. He's owned successful bars up in New York and stuff, and this looks like a really cool, classy joint. So me and you need to go check it out sometime soon.
We sure do.
Get them on the show as well. I mean,
yeah.
he's obviously we've been in contact about it, so we're planning that out too.
Nice. What we got Saturday?
All right. So Saturday we got Chalwa at Quest Brewing Company. That's at 4 p.m. And then Drew and Laura Horton at Smiley's at 6:30. Those are that's the couple there that fronts Sound Committee. So I remember Mike Frazier talking to us about that. Randomonium, yet again, there they are at Smiley's at 10. Her Pilots at Radio Room at 8. Houndmouth at Greenville Downtown Airport. And that's at 7:30. And then the West End String Band at Poor Tap Room, and that starts at 8.
Nice. And then there's just a rest day on Sunday, I guess.
Oh, there's nothing on Sunday.
There isn't.
I was going to say, hold on, did I accidentally
chilling.
read Sunday? Because I don't see anything after this until Monday. But
nope, there's nothing going on Sunday. I'm sure there are, but
okay.
You know.
Yeah, no. If there's anything else, I guess people can send it our way. But I mean, we can always post stuff on our social media accounts too, y'all. If there's something like impromptu, like we noticed that Edwin McCain kind of did a last minute show this last week at Smiley's, and stuff like that. If you guys hear stuff like coming up, whatever, we can do a little blurb and post something to notify you guys, stuff like that too. But you know. I guess that is it for the schedule this week. Have we looked at This Day in Music? Because if not, why don't we go ahead and pull up the I wanted to go ahead and at least say the winners of the main categories at the AMAs this year, UMAs. Sorry, I'm trying to escalate the show too quickly. The Upstate Music Awards. It's the second annual one. We had Mike Frazier on this second episode there, and he talked about how he was up for the 864 award. I did notice, unfortunately for him, that he did not win it, but I'm sure the person who did was well deserved. So, Johnny, I was going to kind of pull those up.
Yep, the person that won the 864 award is Glenn Ziegler. I hope I'm saying that right.
You know why I think I know how to pronounce this one? It's because I had a doctor named Ziegler. It's almost Ziegler.
Is it Ziegler? Okay, Ziegler. Okay. Well, anyway, he's the one that kind of heads up the Albino Skunk Music Festival.
Oh, okay.
So So he won 864 award. Let's see, Artist of the Year, Moody Black. He's a kind of hip hop guy.
Okay.
Won Artist of the Year. Best album was I guess they just say Glass, but it has a little accent on the A. I don't know if it's Gloss.
Glass.
They won album of the year, or I'm sorry, Artist of the Year.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, album of the year. Artist of the year was Moody Black. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then let's see. Do you want to do best album art, visual design?
I actually, you can go ahead and say all the winners here because this is hilarious. the first several results, I was like, this doesn't look right. It's the UMAs are also the University of Maine at Augusta Awards, the United Methodist Association, the Urban Music Awards, the Utah Manufacturers Association. That's the one I really want to dive into. And the University Managers Association. So they're all, I'm sure, great award ceremonies. But I clearly can't find this as quickly as you. If you want to go ahead and... Oh, the Uma Thurman Awards. Excuse me. Those...
The Uma Thurman
Oh, wait, that's
Awards.
UTI. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
This is a
jeez. What
terrible
are you looking
sidetrack.
up?
Sorry, I don't know, dude. Like, please continue. Let me stop talking.
All right, well, let's see. I hope I'm saying this right. The best album art went to Alpine Glow. I guess that's how you say it. It's kind of abbreviated. Alpine Glow Creative
Okay.
for The Good Ship by Finding Freedom. Let's see. Best collab was DJ Swale, I guess. Her song featuring Max Good and L.A. Kinsey.
Okay.
Let's see. Best EP was Status 206 for Overflowing.
Overflowing.
Best music video, Tommy Blaze 336 for What You Need, directed by Eric Images.
Imogen Heap. Oh, what you say?
Uh-huh. Best I did that. Let's see. Best new artist was Barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah, what do they do?
Oh.
Oh. Burrell. Excuse me.
Oh, it's like
Burrell.
Farrell and Pharrell.
Yeah, Burrell, singer-songwriter / rapper producer from Greenville. Let's see. I
think those were probably the main ones there, right? Did you do the 864 award yet?
Oh, I was just reading about Burrell.
Pharrell.
Yeah, for real. Let's see. That was best new artist, right? So best single was Shylan Flowers for 85.
Hey, one of our buddies was up for one of these. I think he was up for a video of the year, Kirby Bright.
Oh yeah.
I noticed
I didn't.
Gosh, what was the name of the song? The Cloud That I'm On, I believe it was called. That's a catchy tune, man. He makes some good music.
He really does. I saw him at they did like a music festival at the Golden Grove, and he was there.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah, killed it. It was great.
Nice.
Let's see. Best solo artist was Grid. And best studio producer / engineer. I actually know the guy, Shane Nelson. Yeah, he went to North Greenville. He's done a lot of work with like New Spring Church, Charlie Bachago, Kylie Odetta.
Okay.
Different people. I believe his studio is off of Woodruff Road. I do believe. So yeah.
Word.
Good dude. Great up and coming producer. So he's also a drummer.
Nice.
Yeah. So congratulations, Shane. I'm proud of you, buddy.
There you go. Oh, and look, best new podcast, the Upstate Music Mind podcast. Thank you guys.
Oh, boom!
Thank you.
Maybe they should. They should make a category for that because we would win.
Thank goodness. Because and with all due respect to if there's other kind of podcasts in the area we're not familiar with, that's our own fault. But we feel blessed to have relationships with a lot of these places and venues and everything so far already. But the fact that like we're pretty easily being able to get in contact with some of the heavy hitters right out of the gate, and everybody's been so receptive and responsive and appreciative of everything that going on that we're doing, and we can't reciprocate that enough, man. I'm trying to say SAT words right now if you can't tell. Like I just want you guys to take me seriously because like we really appreciate the outreach and the response and everything, because it's been fun, and everybody that we basically wanted on has come on right away, and we have like all the legit things in the local music scene kind of coming together on the show, and we're really excited to see kind of where it can go from here, man.
Yeah, the only reason I said we would win is because I legitimately thought we were probably the only one.
And yes, that's a better Johnny Keys version there. I did the long-winded version as I normally do.
Oh, this day in music, we're gonna do that?
Yes. All right, Johnny, the birthday on May 31st. On this day in 1948. It was English drummer John Bonham from Led Zeppelin.
Johnny Bonham.
Yes, sir. I believe Dr. Lovebeats had him help record one of those songs, right? Is his buddy John Bonham?
Yeah.
Durham Bonham.
That's what you said on the first episode.
Yes. I'm just trying to make sure people have to think about the bad jokes from all episodes because they will. If you're going to be confused, you should at least understand why you're confused. Anyway, yes. The legendary drummer from Led Zeppelin. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, John Bonham.
But also today, The Who made it into the Guinness Book of World Records for the loudest performance by a rock band at 120 decibels.
Wow. Guinness Book of World Records. I always wanted to get in the Guinness Book, Johnny. Did you ever try to do anything as a kid?
No, honestly, no.
Literally? And this is funny that because I saw an article like a month or so ago. I was determined, me and my buddies, to set the pogo stick record because I was like, we are damn good at this, guys. Like we're going like 100 or a couple hundred every time we're on this thing. Let's go for the record. And I think I did literally like 900 or something. And then we went and checked to see how close I was. And it was like, 80,000 jumps or something. But now I think they like, it's like trademarks or copyrights. I think the Guinness records, like you have to like refresh them every 10 years or some shit. Cause now I think I saw some kid did like 1,700 or something. I'm like, I could do that right now. Anyway.
Oh, so they reset them?
I guess, I don't know.
That's not right.
Or maybe
that's not right.
Maybe now they like break it down in subcategories like by age or country or something. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. You remember when Rob Dyrdek like beat a bunch of them? He got like 18 of them or something like that, something ridiculous.
He ate a bunch of what?
No, he got a bunch of Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, I thought you said he ate.
No,
like he ate. You know what?
I don't think there was any eating challenges on there that he did, but it was mostly like skateboard and stuff. But then some of it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, well, and you have resources for like a party prankster stunt show. I'm sure you could do some crazy stuff. I mean, to be fair, if you or I ate a book of Guinness records, we probably would set the Guinness record for one book eaten. I doubt anybody's eaten one yet. How many times the Guinness Book of
World Records has been eaten?
I mean, if we were going to get anybody to do it, it'd probably be Brandon, who eats the Life game board, so.
Oh, yeah, he's used to the cardboard.
Right. All right, cool. Good deal, bro. I think that'll wrap up this day in music and birthday here. Well,
of course, it is Memorial Day, so we did want to say, obviously we want to recognize anybody who's ever served in the military or is currently serving. We appreciate the sacrifices, appreciate everything that they do for us so that we can enjoy freedoms like, be able to sit here and talk about music and do this podcast. So we just wanted to take a moment and, acknowledge those people.
Absolutely. Have the utmost respect and adoration for all of them and appreciation. So thank you guys very much.
Yes.
All right. Well, Johnny, another solid show here.
Yeah, good stuff.
I mean, these two venue. Oh, gosh, I'm an idiot. These two guests, had a history, and it just kind of made sense to put them together. And they have some other news coming out soon, which I'll probably leave for a future show date. But I'm glad we got them on. And are there any other closing thoughts for you or for the folks, man?
Man, just keep listening. We do watch our downloads and different reach on Facebook and stuff like that. So we are noticing obviously that we're growing. So man, we just appreciate it. Keep sharing us, keep listening, keep coming back, and we'll keep doing this thing.
Yeah, and like just to touch on that. I mean, since he brought it up, I mean we're now at at the time of this recording, 39,000 reach. So I mean, I would assume by the time this airs on Monday, which by the time you're listening to this, it's going to be about 40K, if not higher, and that's great, guys. We shattered our download record with the last episode.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of crazy, man. I did a little post on our Facebook about it, but one of our number like 2 or 3rd fan base across the board from all the episodes is Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah.
And it's like it's legit. It's not like a weird like glitch or like
No, we have 85 downloads from there. there. Well, from Europe, but I'm guessing that all of it is from Ireland.
Oh, well, no, they're not, because we actually have.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, dude, we got Spain, Germany, France. There's somebody in Clichy, France, that has listened to like every episode, and so bonjour to that person.
Yeah.
Comment allez-vous? Or is that? Hold on, is that?
That's.
Is that?
How are you?
Yes. And je m'appelle Ryan Stearns. Just say je m'appelle and then your name.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
My name is Ryan Stearns.
Hi, my name is au revoir, which is goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah.
And there you go. So, but anyway, yes. So we're extremely thankful for all you guys tuning in and listening. We're gonna hopefully keep these numbers growing and keep the flow the flow showing, is what I almost said. And that's why you don't rap, Ryan. But no, we really appreciate it. And dude, of course, now I remember the big thing we're gonna announce. This is time. Everybody, it is officially launching day of our website. Johnny, tell them the address.
It is umpod.com.
UMMPod.com. C-O-M. Yes, umpod.com. That is probably the easiest way to remember it. Instead of typing out the whole Upstate Music Mind, UMPod. That is kind of our tagline. That is going to be something in the near future as well that you're going to want to remember. Just keep that in mind. That's kind of a little teaser there. Little teasers. Like Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. But it's...
slice of pie.
Umpod.
Nice. But yeah, so umpod.com, UMMPod.com. You can check out the information we have for you on that episode of the week and of the previous episode. The archive is available there. You can listen to all of them, and you can find your favorites, artist, show, venue, and tune in whenever you like on our new interface there.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, you can always drop a line at upstatemusicmine@gmail.com.
That is upstatemusicmine@gmail.com. I have noticed that people do a couple of times have heard mind with a D, but it is Upstate Music Mine with an E.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Keep that in mind. Oh, no, that's a bad way to try to remember that.
Because it's mind.
Yep, you're right.
That's mind, right? Yeah.
So, hey, just remember, this podcast is not yours. That's what you tell people. It's mine. All right. That sucked. Anyway. All right. We're signing off. We will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Literally, orange juice and Sprite.